So today we're going to grab a stack of sources and really flip the script on AI automation.
Yeah, we're definitely moving beyond just, generating code snippets or maybe a slightly better marketing email.
Exactly. We're talking about automating strategy, like the whole high-level thinking part.
Right.
Our main source today is this really insightful article by J.D. Parashar. It was on LinkedIn, I think, back in October 2025.
That's the one, yeah. And he talks about how he used tools, things like ChatGPT, basically as a kind of outsourced chief strategy officer.
Right. Not just a coding buddy. Used it to automate, well, his entire business model for ReThynk AI.
And the core thing here, the real aha moment for you listening, is his realization. He was building all this stuff, books, courses, AI labs.
A lot on his plate.
Totally.
Yeah.
And the bottleneck wasn't how fast he could code or execute. It wasn't that at all. The real barrier, it was decision fatigue, just the sheer mental energy drain of making strategic choice after strategic choice.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
What's next? Which market? How do we launch this?
Exactly. And that's where this deep dive gets interesting. He realized AI's biggest power might be fixing that, automating the actual decision-making, the strategy itself.
Okay, that's a huge distinction. If you're a developer, maybe a founder, you're juggling all these priorities, a book, a course, maybe a new feature line, you know that feeling, right?
Yeah.
Staring at a blank screen or a whiteboard for hours, just stuck, paralyzed by options.
It's exhausting.
So he found a way to, stop managing the individual chess pieces and start structuring the entire game board.
That's a great way to put it.
So our mission today,
Yeah.
let's unpack the four strategic pillars he uses to automate this kind of thinking. Okay, let's start at the top. Pillar 1, automating vision and roadmaps.
Okay.
This is about taking that big, maybe slightly fuzzy goal and turning it into an actual actionable plan, like right now.
Which normally takes ages, right? Weeks of meetings, planning, defining scope.
Totally. It's where momentum just dies sometimes.
Yeah.
He basically uses AI to kind of skip that initial time sink. And the prompt he uses, it's very specific. I think we need to look at the structure itself.
Yeah, the wording matters a lot.
He tells the AI, you are a business strategy architect. Sets the persona right away.
Smart.
Then convert this goal, grow ReThynk AI into a global learning ecosystem, into a 6-month roadmap. And here's the key part. With audience positioning, product pillars, and measurable milestones.
Okay, see, that's structured. That's powerful. It forces the AI out of just making a simple task list.
Right, not just do this, then do that.
Exactly. If he just asked for a roadmap for ReThynk AI, he'd probably get something pretty generic. But by demanding audience positioning and product pillars, he's making it generate the actual foundational business architecture.
Okay, wait, I need to dig into that a bit. Architectural thinking. How is that really different from just, defining requirements really well or making a super detailed to-do list?
It's about designing the system before you design the parts. Think of it like building a house.
Okay.
A task list is like saying, buy bricks, mix cement, lay bricks. Architectural thinking is designing the blueprint first. Where do the load-bearing walls go? How does the plumbing connect? What's the overall flow?
Okay. So it defines the why and the how of the connections.
Precisely. Audience positioning tells you who the system serves. Product pillars define how the different parts connect to create value and ultimately revenue. You build the skeleton first.
Got it. And that saves time down the line because every new task, every blog post or feature already has a strategic place to fit.
Exactly. It's not random anymore. It fits the architecture.
Okay, that makes sense. Building the internal plan. But strategy can't just live inside your head, right? It needs to connect with the market.
Absolutely. Which brings us neatly to pillar 2, instant market insight.
Yeah, this replaces all those, tedious hours Googling competitors trying to figure out what everyone else is doing.
The endless spreadsheet comparison.
Right. So the author turns the AI into his, instant strategic analyst. He gives it this command. Analyze similar AI education brands and identify gaps in positioning, content tone, and audience targeting that ReThynk AI can use as leverage.
See, that's critical. It's not just who are my competitors, it's where are they weak? Where's the opportunity?
The leverage points, as he calls them.
Exactly. For you listening, this isn't just data reporting. The AI is synthesizing that data to find strategic vulnerabilities. Where are competitors not serving an audience well? Or maybe their tone is off.
So it finds the gaps you can exploit.
Right. And getting that synthesis instantly means your strategy is grounded in reality from day one. You're not just building something you hope people want.
Okay, but here's a challenge that pops into my head. If everyone starts doing this, using AI for strategy blueprints, for competitor analysis,
Yeah.
when everything starts to look the same.
The homogenization problem.
Doesn't every business just end up with the sort of AI-generated vanilla strategy?
That's a really good question, and I think the answer comes back to the specificity and the layering of the prompts.
Okay.
If you ask a generic question, sure, you'll get a generic framework. But look at what the author does. He defines his unique goal first. Then he forces specific pillars like audience and product. And then, as we get into pillar 3, he asks for custom architecture.
So it's about asking for unique systems, not just unique content.
Precisely. Homogenization happens when you ask, write me a blog post about X. Differentiation happens when you ask, design a system for my specific audience using these pillars to achieve this goal.
Gotcha. Which leads us right into pillar 3, framework thinking.
Yeah. And the big idea here is designing reusable business systems, not just one-off things. He specifically said he doesn't ask for like random articles.
Yeah.
He asks for sequences, funnels, structured ways to engage.
That shift from AI generating content to AI generating systems, that feels like the core insight here.
Yeah, it really is.
We need a concrete example. He used the value ladder concept, right?
Yes, exactly. He asked the AI basically to design a, let me get the wording, value ladder for an AI developer brand.
Okay.
With free content, mid-tier products, and premium mentorship automation systems.
Wow, okay. Look at the scope of that request.
Right. It's miles away from write me an email. This is asking the AI to design the whole customer journey, monetize at different levels.
Free stuff to get them in, mid-level products, then high-ticket offerings.
Yes, a structured, multi-tiered funnel. It ensures you're serving the audience wherever they are, from just curious to fully committed, and it builds a predictable revenue engine.
So the AI is mapping out the entire relationship structure, how the free piece leads to the paid piece, leads to the premium piece.
Exactly. Instead of you trying to figure that out from scratch, which can take weeks of high-level thinking.
That saves a ton of conceptual heavy lifting.
Okay, so we've got the vision, the market context, the system architecture.
Right, the blueprint is looking good. But like you said, a brilliant strategy doc just sitting in Notion or Google Docs doesn't actually do anything.
True. Strategy needs legs.
Which brings us to pillar 4, strategy to execution pipelines.
Yeah.
This is about making it real, turning that architecture into a live working system.
Okay, connecting the dots.
Yeah. So here, the AI takes that strategy, the value ladder, the positioning, all that stuff we just talked about, and starts generating the actual tactical pieces you need.
Like what specifically?
Well, things like email sequences for nurturing leads, the actual copy for landing pages, hooks for articles maybe on places like dev.to, and importantly, the automation flows.
Automation flow. Okay, this is where it gets technically interesting. He mentioned tools, right? Zapier, GitHub, Airtable.
He did.
So is the AI just saying, hey, you should probably use Zapier here, or is it actually generating like the logic for the automation?
From the article, it sounds like it's moving towards generating the actual implementation logic, maybe not the perfect, ready-to-run code in every case.
Right, not the full API call, maybe.
Yeah, probably not that yet. But it's generating the structured output, the key steps, the variables needed, the if this, then that logic, the stuff you could pretty easily copy and paste or use as a template in Zapier, or maybe configure in a GitHub Actions workflow.
Okay, so it's giving you the bones of the automation.
Exactly. And he had a specific prompt for this execution phase too. Something like, convert this product launch strategy into a 7-email nurturing series with an authority-driven tone and call to action focus.
That prompt really ties it all together, doesn't it? It takes the high-level what and why, the strategy, and boom, generates the tactical how, the actual emails.
Yeah.
And this is how the author apparently juggles so much. The books, courses, AI labs, branding. It's not about him suddenly working 10x faster on individual tasks.
Right. It's not just about writing code faster.
No. It's because the AI is structuring and automating the entire game board. Code automation saves hours, sure, but strategy automation, that builds whole business engines that run on these structured prompts. Hashtag outro run.
That really does reframe how we should think about using AI. For you listening, maybe the biggest takeaway is this. Stop thinking AI automation is only about code or writing tasks. The huge, often untapped leverage right now seems to be in automating the strategic thinking itself.
Yeah.
Tackling that awful decision fatigue that slows down anyone trying to grow something.
And, looking a bit broader, there was a really interesting point in the comments on the original article.
Okay.
Someone mentioned how organizations are seeing success using prompt engineering for learning and development, building structured decision-making layers for new people coming in.
How so?
Basically, using prompts to define clear steps, outline success metrics, even mitigate risks right from the onboarding phase. It structures how people learn to make decisions within the organization.
Okay, interesting. Using prompts to structure knowledge transfer and decision-making itself.
Exactly, which leads to, well, the final provocative thought for you to chew on.
Lay it on us.
If prompt engineering can automate so much of the foundational business architecture, the market analysis, the product frameworks, even the automation logic, what does that do to the traditional role of the subject matter expert, the SME?
The person with all the deep, specialized knowledge.
Right. If AI, guided by smart prompts, optimizes how an organization absorbs information, makes decisions, and mitigates risk, does the SME's value shift? Maybe it's less about holding all the knowledge.
And more about.
More about being the architect of the prompts, designing the systems that elicit and structure that knowledge effectively from the AI or other sources.
So the expert becomes the prompt designer, shaping how knowledge flows through the organization. That's quite an inversion.
It is something to think about.
Definitely. So if that resonates with you, maybe take a look at your own work. Where are you burning mental energy just deciding what to do instead of actually doing it?
Find that decision fatigue point.
Exactly. That spot might be the perfect place to start experimenting with automating your own strategic thinking. Give it some thought. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.